What's up, people? We got some action in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Sniper. Yo, yo. Dylan, what up? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. Sorry for the delay. Had a little side quest. Unfortunate thing. Not unfortunate thing. It was just a side quest has to be done. What up, Soma? I was worried. We are back. We are so back, Dylan. Oh, yes, sir. Nah, don't worry, guys. It was just a little thing I had to do before the stream. That's it. That's it. Well, let me know. Do you guys prefer 1 p.m. instead of 12? If it's easier for you guys, I can do the adjustment. Doesn't change too much. Actually gives me the time to eat. So yeah, if it's you tell me, chat. 1 or 12. Whatever you prefer, boss. Thank you so much. I don't mind both. I really don't mind both. Want to share with you something, guys. So yesterday, me and my girlfriend, we went into a little library. Both are nice. All right, Dylan, I take notes. Yeah. We went into a library that was closing. So they had some big deals on some books, obviously, it was a library, but they had some games and board games and stuff like that. And I stumbled across these books. Very nice books. And I think, I'm not sure, but I'm not familiar with the universe of this thing. But I know it is based on minis and board games and tabletop games. And you can see a bunch of rules and stuff like that. And there's a nice illustration that could be some use for concept art. So very nice. And given that we're going closer and closer to an era of artificial intelligence, I thought to myself, these concept arts are really unique. So yeah. Dylan, you're loading? Hmm? 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 Or is it me who's loading? I don't know. But yeah, nice concept art right here. And there's one, this is called Horde Devastation. I think it's from a War Machine game. It's really nice. Nice book. Thank you so much. Sniper's loading also. I think you guys are just trolling me with some loading stuff. Yeah, it's fine. Have this massive one. I think that's the big one about the whole universe. Steam-powered miniature combat. So very nice, and there's a bunch of inspiration that we can use. Very nice. So I was very happy to find these books. Look at that. Have some nice inspiration of character design. Very nice. And the one that caught my eye in the first place, and I think I'm gonna hit a lot of fans with this. Yeah. The Art of World of Warcraft Burning Crusade. Super nice book, and what's really nice, it's just images, barely some text, and it's literal concept arts, drawings of World of Warcraft. So super nice. Give me a second. Let me try to find something super cool. I mean, we have. Oh yeah! Look at this. Sorry, it's weird. Look at this stuff. I mean, that's amazing. That has great art. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It has great art. It's not that Saugrenu though. Saugrenu, it's not a word that I'm familiar with. So yeah, so they even have a render, a 3D render of the T pose, of the A pose of their character. So it's pretty nice. But I could share this with you guys. So sometimes you have to go even back to the roots and grab yourself a good book, and it could be an inspiration for your next artwork. Yeah. How you guys doing? Hope you're having a great week. And here it is rainy, and I think it's gonna rain the whole weekend. Well, that's a bummer, but I hope you guys have some plans to have fun during the rain. Yeah. Otherwise, happy to be here. Happy to start the stream. And today we're gonna continue with the 7 warriors. I'll leave it up to you guys. Would you like to do the armor for the ram or for the mouse, or should we start a new animal and just have some fun? Oh boy, l'adjectif saugrenu. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I see. Um, it's not that saugrenu, meaning it was expected. Well, anyways. The armor of the ram. The armor of the ram is voted by the chat. So shall we start with the armor of the ram? So here, did some little modification on our last episode, and now I was starting a little bit of the armor, just going with the under layer, and the inspiration that I came from Mongolian armors. And we're gonna do something like this. So with a tunic on the bottom, and then a armored tunic on top, and some nice shoulder pads. And I stumbled about this this armor, and I wanted to do this super cool metal plate. It's like a metal chainmail, and apparently it is super protective and also agile for warriors to fight them. So it's like a chainmail, but on top of your armor, right? So yeah, it's no wonder they were ruthless and they were super powerful. They had a great armor design. But yeah, so we're gonna do something like that, and I already got it kind of started doing this piece over here. We have right here this little piece that is similar to it, and thing is, we gotta remember this is gonna be close to this size, or even a tad bigger. So we don't need to go overboard with the details of each little plate. And yeah, so that's the inspiration we're going through. Probably gonna have some plates similar to this one also. And you can see over here, I think that's no, that's not a 3D render. No, that's real. So over here you have a bit the same kind of design that I went through, but there they put some leather covers over here. We have what we could say is rope over here. So that's our little piece that we're gonna use on our ram. So first thing first, I'm gonna just get rid of Paw over here. I don't need him. Tooth, I don't need him. And this one longer. Going back to this. and just align it with the line. There we go. We have our three characters lining up really nice. So we're just gonna put this one on top and hide these two. And here we go. Let me just grab the one that I want. All right. Shout out to Colm. Thank you. Thank you. I think we did, if I'm not mistaken, was the first episode of the RAM. So these are still the first iteration, but we're gonna do some stuff. Can you do a little recap, please? S'il te plaît. Bien sûr, Dylan. So, first off, the first character was Paw, Wolf Shaolin fighter, and we started with this one, and then afterwards we did Tooth, which is a mouse who's gonna be a fencer, the one that has like these pointy swords, sorry. And yep, so we're going with the design a little bit minimalist with this one. So we didn't start yet the armor, but yeah, so a little mouse. And now we're going with the horn. So we have the ram. First episode of the ram, we did the blocking, and it looked a little bit like we have this, we have this. It looked pretty much like this. I think we're missing the mouth. There we go. It looked pretty much like this. And then we had the first iteration of the legs. It was pretty bulky. It was a blocking very first step of the blocking. So then we did the legs, and off camera I did some details on the legs and realized there's missing the little tail. Boop. So we have the body like this. Let me just put a tab over here and we can focus on the chest. That way when I turn. So that's pretty much the blocking of ram or horn that we have. And then kind of wanted to start a little bit the armor, but you know what? It's a great way to just stream you guys what we have. So over here, I started doing a little bit of undershirt. We have the under tunic, and this is going to be the upper tunic, we can say. So the one with the armor is going to be right here. And we have a little bit of a cloth over here just to make the connection a bit better. It's gonna be nice. We're gonna put like some ropes and some fur. It's gonna look very, very nice. And then we're gonna go with the upper armor. So that's pretty much it. We're pretty much up to date with that recap. And I don't remember what was the weapon, but I think it was a great hammer that we're going with, a battle hammer. So yeah, so we're gonna go with a battle armor. We're probably gonna do it in another episode. But yeah, so that's pretty much what we have over here. All right, let's start doing the armor. C'est un beau Jax, ça, motadine? Yes, sir, c'en est un certain. Alright, let me just show you a little trick that I want to use. It's called nano mesh. We haven't done that yet in the channel or in any stream. Let me just hide some stuff we don't need for the moment. We don't need the hands. We don't need horns, neck. Probably gonna have to take some time and rename them, but alright. So over here, I have a duplicate of this piece over here. I did a duplicate and removed the thickness of all of it. Oof, sorry. What was your first creation, BB? Ramjit, yes, the armor of Ramjit. What was the first creation? Oh boy, let me see if I can still find it. Because I kind of cleaned up my computer, but I know I posted it on Facebook. Let me go find it. Was it on Facebook? Ramjet. Do I have it here? That's one of them. No, I don't have it. Let me see if I still have it. It was so the first time I ever touched 3D in my life. It was back in Concordia. Yeah, here it is. 3D. Oh boy. What was the first assignment? Technically, it was the bulldozer, but I don't have, unfortunately, I don't have any image, and the files are super heavy, so I'm not sure I'm gonna open them. What's that? Nope. That's a image. What we have? Nope. Second monster. Nope. I only have reference, unfortunately. I know. Is that it? Nope. I only have scenes. Do I have a video? Ah, maybe. Fortunately, no, not on this one. Animation, monster, render. Aha! That was my first work. Sorry guys, had to plug this one. That was the first job, not the first job, but the first time I touched, I did some 3D. Oh my god, it's ugly. Yeah, so the assignment was to do a little monster. It was supposed to be like just one eyeball and wings. But I thought to myself, why not do a hand, a complete hand? So I did a hand. I did a hand with wings, and it was kind of weird because like a hand here, like the knuckle over here was used to be a shoulder for the wing. So yeah, kind of weird stuff. And that was the first project we had in school. And then afterward there was the NAD school, which is where I studied a long time. Did my my bachelor over there, and then I would do some project like let's see if I can pull one out real quick. I don't have it, unfortunately. That's strange. Just had it a couple of minutes ago, and now it's just gone. Anyways, it was kind of a robot bunny that I had. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's focus on our character. Oh, whoops. So, nanomesh. Nanomesh allows you to do an instance of one geometry on a surface. So over here, it's a cube. We don't want a cube, right? So over here, I'm gonna go to nanomesh. I'm gonna edit mesh, and automatically it splits your screen in two. So if we zoom out, and I will choose another sphere, another element. I'm gonna use this one over here, the one we did. So this one over here. And what I'm gonna do is just I'm gonna scale it up. And now it's ugly. Don't worry, don't worry. I think it's a bit too big, so we just need to scale it down a bit. And we're slowly getting there. I think we're gonna scale it quite small just so we can have a better understanding. All right, so we want them all facing downwards, so the stitching has to be downwards. And over here, edit. I don't know why it's not splitting. Usually you can see, oh, because of the solo. There we go. I just want to focus on this one over here. So here, just gonna scale them up just a bit. Like that. And on the normal, that's good. And now we just need to use a little bit of rotation. A little bit like that. And let's see if we can offset them. Nope, that's not what I want. Nope. Nah. What I want is just to slide them just a little bit. I think we're gonna need more subdivisions. So the way it works, nanomesh, it's on the geometry that you have already over here. So here we have all these quads. Just gonna subdivide once, and delete. That way I have more little triangle. And if I put nanomesh on, we have our little armor piece back on. So here we're just gonna play with these. There we go. So that's nice. A little bit of rotation. And I kind of want just a bit of variation, not too much. Now I would love to be able to just move them just slightly, but not all of them. How's that? I think that's good. Like I kind of want this little effect to go so one under one under the other and the other one on top of the other. Yeah, I think we have what we want. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And from here, once you have this, you can create one to mesh. So everything here is going to be one mesh. And we're going to do that. Yeah. So now everything is a geometry. And we're just going to get rid of this one over here. Delete hidden. And now we have our plate of armor. So this little thing, we can just scale it down a little bit. Actually, I'm just gonna mirror it. I'm gonna mirror. I like the right side better than the left side. So I'm gonna mirror it, and then I'm gonna mirror and weld. That way it's more elegant to see. And just so we know about the 3D print issues right away, we're gonna prep and we're gonna inflate. I think 1 or 2 should be enough. Let's see, 2. You know what? We're gonna select all the little ropes. I'm gonna mask them. And here I'm gonna inflate. And then I'm gonna do the reverse and inflate 1. That way we can see the ropes, and also they're colliding with each other. It's gonna be less of a hassle afterwards when we're gonna print. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. All right, so that's the middle plate, and as we can see in our reference over here, this one over here, it's like attached to a non-metal material over here. So that's what we're gonna do over here. So this one over here, just gonna move, just gonna show you, yeah. We're gonna put it just a little bit underneath what we have. We have some fans watching the World Cup in the chat. I'm not a fan of soccer myself, but I know that's a big event happening right now around the world. I hope you guys are enjoying the event. There we go. So that's that. A little bit on top. This one I don't mind too much because we're gonna have the little fabric on top. That's gonna hide all the little issues we have over here. And what I want to do is in here, I'm gonna use the Z modeler. I'm gonna apply the thickness that I have over here. Insert poly group. We're gonna insert just a bit. just so it reaches this part over here, the middle part. So move this over here, like that. These ones over here. And from here, we're gonna extrude this part. Yes, sir. Now we have that little border around the metal, which is pretty cool, I think. And now we can even bevel this part, so it's not that harsh. And if we put dynamic on without any thickness and just smooth it 2 levels, right here we're having some little issue. Just gonna move that here. Alright, that's looking pretty good. And what we're gonna do, just so we can have harsher lines around here, let's remove the dynamic. And I think we're gonna go group by normals. I think we're gonna increase that angle a little bit, but not too much. 30. That's good, that's good, that's good. That's pretty much all I want. Oop, this one is jacked up. Just gonna clean that up real quick. So we're gonna grab the poly group of the pink one over here and put it over here. This one is supposed to be green, green, green. Actually, they're supposed to be all green over here. So green, 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 green. There we go. Increase polygroups. Crease line, we're gonna reduce it to maybe 1, 2, and increase this to 3. That's cool. And here, just gonna put another crease. This one and this one. And this one and this one. And again, the top I don't really bother. I know it's not that clean on top, but I don't mind. There we go. Like that, and just showing a little bit more of the metal stuff. There you go. Looking nice, looking nice. And if we have everything back on, this part has to go on top. You know what, let's inflate. There we go. Well, this is just a placeholder right now, but you get the gist of it. It's supposed to be a bit of piece like this over here, or that. We're gonna define. I think it's gonna be like a fur stuff. And we have, oh, we already have the reference over here, right? Oh no, no, no. Let's grab it and put it over here. Just like a belt kind of thing that's gonna be happening over here. But yeah, in just a few clicks, we have a nice armor. Nice armor tunic. And we're gonna add this on his shoulder, on his chest plate. Very nice. I'm watching my cup with some drink in it. Stamas. Damn. What kind of drink you're drinking? Alright, so that's gonna be that. I think it's gonna be more interesting for you guys to see the armor instead of just the cloth, because the cloth we did a lot of it with capes, with t-shirts, with a bunch of stuff. So I think we're gonna move on to the shoulder pads. Pads, sorry. So I kind of like this 2-level shoulder pad over here. And I kind of like the fact that we're using this metal thing all around him. So I think we're gonna go with a design like this, but with the metal part attached to it. It's gonna defeat a little bit the purpose, because it's supposed to be one piece with all the metal straps on. But it kind of feels like this part over here. So one on the top of the shoulder, one slightly in the middle, and one on the bicep and tricep. But let's put all that with this metal plate over here. Or we can have also a little bit of contrast. It's always nice. We could have the top shoulder part without the metal, and the bottom part with the metal, and it would make sense. Yeah, it would make sense. I think so. Yeah, a bit like this. So it has 3 parts. So first part should be clean with this. Then a second part second and third part with the metal thing. All right, so let's start that. So over here, we're gonna hide all the bottom part. Let's group our armor. So bottom armor. That's good. Yep. We have our legs over here. This is our tail. Our tail is looking a bit wonky. Let me just fix it real quick. Here we go. Didn't change a lot, but I want this MV. Thank you. I just cleaned the little edges, and yeah. So the legs we're kind of needing them because we don't want to go overboard with the chest plate afterwards. But for now, we can hide them. The tail we don't need. The shirt we're gonna need. This is the body we can delete because I have body and arms separate. I realized the arms are not dynameshed, so let's dynamesh them real quick. There we go. All right, so looking at our reference, it is a curve over here, then a sharp angle, then a nice curve, then another curve, and it goes around. Over here. What I'm gonna do is, oh, that's not what I wanted, but it doesn't matter. So auto groups, I want this one. That's the only one that I need. Go in the middle. 180. Mirror and weld. And groups, just one the blue. Delete. Now I'm moving a bit fast. You guys tell me if it's too fast. Trying to describe what I do at the same time. So over here, I'm just gonna slice over here. Make sure this corner is tight. And this one over here, we need a curve. Then another curve. Then another curve. And it goes around like this. Right? So let's imagine this is on the side over here, where we need some adjustment, obviously. I'm just gonna mask this part over here and polish by groups. I'm gonna zero mesh half. All right. So here, well, we got to remember that this one is leaning down on the shoulder and we want ours to be on top of the shoulder. So I'm gonna just bring this part a bit flatter. Curve that up, and I see that my curve is not, it's too deep over here compared to this one. This one's just a small curve. So let's bring it up, and we're gonna bring these ones down. Just a small curve like this. Again, I'm gonna mask this corner. Oh, maybe not too much. Like that. And what I'm gonna do over here is mask this edge. Around here, and what I'm gonna do is try to align myself over here. Scale. That's why it's gonna be flat. Just gonna do one. All right. Coincidentally, I like the fact that it's going round and flat and round again. So I think we're gonna keep that. We're gonna fix this part to fit. Double. Have you guys saw the new trailer of the new Spider-Man? Looking pretty good. I think it's the only good movie that Marvel is coming up these days. It's very nice. Very nice to see that that franchise is still working really good. There we go. So that's good. I feel like this one needs to go a bit downwards. So that's that. Okay, so first of all, let's see if it fits the shoulder. Let's bring that over here. So we want it just a bit over the traps. Still gonna be leaned in because he has big traps. And this goes like this and a bit curved like that. So I think that's pretty good. So over here, let's go to geometry, stager, target stage. I feel like it's oh, it's the dynamic. Sorry. I know it's still not working. Let's just move it one tad to the left. And we're good. To the right, sorry. Okay, so that's gonna be the home page. Home stage, and we're gonna put it on the shoulder, rotate, put it over here, elevate just a bit, rotate again, just so we know where it goes. There we go. So that's going to be the target, and now we can switch back and forth, and that's very nice. Very swell, very nice. Alright, so here, I'm going to bring back our reference. So here, just so I can show you. We have this little border over here, and they have a bunch of little buttons. That's very nice. That's very cool. And then we have a little label symbol that we have over here. We're not obliged to do the same thing, but I kind of like this fact that it has a border and buttons. So let's do that. So ZModeler, extrude, polygroup. It's gonna give a little bit of thickness over here. I'm gonna do the same around here. And we're gonna create that border. Not gonna go overboard like the tunic, but I think just this is enough. From here, groups, group by normal, and crease. And here we're gonna crease this edge and this edge. Oh, because I was doubled, it flipped it, so let's flip it out. There we go, we're good. Dynamic with smooth, and let's see what we can find for a nice crease. Because remember, we also want that nice rounded edge over here. So I'm thinking one level of thinking maybe not even a crease at all. Yeah, let's uncrease all. Let's crease only this edge. What does that look like? I think that's kind of what we want, and I just want a smoother division over here. A sharper division. So we're gonna crease this edge, and instead of creasing over here, we're gonna insert a edge loop right around here and write this one over here, and it should look pretty cool. You know what? Let's remove one edge. Just put one over here. Yeah, that's enough. We don't need two. Here we go. Looking good, looking good. I feel like this one is a bit too narrow. Just remove the one. Yeah, that's better. Now from here, we are going to polish by features. Oui, madame. Yes, mister. Just something like this. There we go. That's clean. That's very nice, very swell. Now we have our shoulder pad ready for the straps. Let's switch. I mean, look at that. All right, so that goes over here. Let's switch back again. And we're gonna insert these little buttons that we have. And you know what? Let's grab a different button. I tend to use every time this one, which is just a regular ass button. But I kind of want something interesting. Kind of want this code over here. Let's grab a size 8 maybe. No, 8 is too big, so 2, 5, 4. Yeah, 4. That's the one. Boop. No, 3. There we go. That's the one. All right, so let's do every 2 lines. Will it work though? 2, 2, 2, 2. Oh. Missing the top part. Oh, oh. I feel, oh, these ones are a bit too close. Yeah. All right. Looks good. I think it looks good. And now if we switch stage, here we go. Just gonna move it just a bit further from his head. There we go. We have our first shoulder pad done, and the next one is going to be along the upper arm. I feel like it's a bit too big, just a bit too big. Like they say in stuff. Yeah, something like that. Mirror and weld, and we have the other side. Just gonna stretch a bit so it covers the back. And actually this part over here, we can kind of squeeze it in, because it's the shirt underneath, so it doesn't really matter. All right, looking good, looking sharp. Hey Soma, we're gonna save. I always forget to save, guys. We saving. We save it indeed. All right, so that's our first shoulder part. Let's go ahead with the second part. So the second part, we're not going to use these ones. We're going to use this style. Now these ones are leather, but we need the metal one. So the metal one over here is attached all around this leather thing. And I'm kind of curious to see how this one is attached. I think they're all attached one into the other, and this one is attached to the neck part. So I think we just do a bit like we did with the tunic. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. So let's start with extruding from the body part. Whoops, from the arms. Gonna select our arms, remove the mask, and I'm gonna mask without seeing a bit the part that we need. And it should give us some horrible results. Alright, let's do that, but without the symmetry. Good, mask this part, going just to the end of the bicep and going back. We don't need the bottom part. We don't need that. Extrude. I want 0 thickness. That's good. And we're gonna do a bit like the shoulder pad, so to the middle, to home, rotate 90 degrees, and we're gonna flatten the hell out of it. Spoop! Mirror and weld, and I'm gonna clean it up with some slicing tool. So, wait. I'm gonna clean it up first. Oop, oop. Delete hidden. Mirror and weld. Let's scale that up. And from here, we're just gonna zero mesh. I want symmetry activated when I do zero mesh, thank you. And you know, this little accident inspired me to, no, wait, we're gonna use some metal thing. So, but could be cool. Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Symmetry, yes. We're gonna do the cloth part like this, but the nano part is gonna be different. Nano part is gonna be flat. So this one over here, we cut it. This one over here, we cut it. Delete hidden, mirror and weld. And from here, we're gonna mask, whoops, mask by border. And I'm just gonna polish until everything is flat. There we go. That's good. So here we're gonna go back to our nano mesh. Insert nano mesh. Gonna bring that over here and let's go back to nano mesh. Edit mesh. Remove the solo. Now here it's gonna be difficult because we have everything showing up. So let's just hide everything except this. Right, so we have this. We're gonna go over here and scale it up until we can start to see it. Needs to be really big. Let's go back to nano mesh. Scale that size. It's a mess. Alignment normals. And scale it down a bit. So I want closer to our stuff. Something like that, and we need some rotation now. Because the size is good, it's just we need to hide the inner part over here. That's good. And a little bit of Y rotation. What if we do a little bit of a Z? No. That could be cool, like that. -1 was cool. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 16. Okay, let's do 12. Wait, let's just go to our reference. Yeah, they don't have rotation, so we're doing this for no reason. All right. Then we need some offset into the x-axis. Nope. Or the y-axis. No, it's not that. It's the x-axis, but I kind of want them to go one over the other, but they're just moving all together. Nope. No. Nope. Hmm. Placement, I don't want that. That's not it. You know what? I think I can do something. It's kind of a cheese, but we're gonna do it anyway. Alright, so let's remove our reference into just focusing on what we have over here. We're gonna put back everything we need. And that is going in place right around here. Now let's see it in action. Put our nanomesh back on. Let's do some magic. So here, no, I want the opposite side. So I want this one. So here we're gonna grab this one over here and holding shift, just gonna move it upwards. Gonna give that roundness. I'm gonna accept this. Gonna move it where we need it. And I'm gonna do with this side, exactly this side. We're gonna cheese a little bit and fake the fact that it's flexible. That's that. There we go. It's kind of moving along the muscle, but still holding that rigidity of the metal. Now, one thing we need to do is they're really small now that I realize. If we compare them to this one, like these ones are big and these ones are freakishly small. So a way to fix that would be to reduce the resolution. So let's go half over here. And because of that, we removed the nano mesh. So we're gonna just do it all over again. Edit mesh. Put back our little metal thingy. And from here, scale the size up. Freeze placement. You know what? I'm gonna scale this one over here. It's kind of weird, but it doesn't give me that super big offset that we see. I think that's big enough. Now that they're on the opposite side, so we're just gonna have to rotate them. There we go. That's good. We need a little bit of x-axis. Oh, hey. We need a bit of this, and we need a bit of this. So that's good. And here, yeah, I want them just closer. That's all I want. Okay, so the z-axis can help. Show placement. Yeah. Now they're similar size to what we had. We're just gonna scale them up just a bit bigger. And y-axis, this one, just a bit flatter, like that. All right. Yep, I think we're good. So one to mesh. We don't need the beige. Elite hidden. And we just place it where we need. There we go. Now we might have to do some tweaks. Now a little bit like we did before, we're gonna mask these ones, inflate these ones by 2, reverse and inflate these ones by 1. Make sure that they pop. I just realized one thing, they're missing a little bit of rotation. Right around here, just before that, we're gonna do another rotation over here, just a bit more. Yeah, that's better. Boom, boom. All right, let's grab those knots. Mask. First, inflate 2. Reversed, inflate 1. And now we have the plates done. Pretty good. Yeah, that looks really cool. And now we're gonna bring this guy over here. This one over here, we're gonna put it into placement. I think it's gonna be super easy to make it fold the whole thing. Actually, I can show you a new trick. New trick that I didn't use a lot before because I was scared of using it, but now I am no longer afraid. All right, so that's good. Covers the whole thing. Now here's what we're gonna do. First off, Soma, we're gonna say We save it. Alright, that's good. First thing, we're gonna mask this part over here. With the corner. Not forgetting the corner. Then, I'm gonna hide the middle part. I'm gonna hide... Actually, first before that, I'm just gonna shove these things in. And I'm just gonna put them out a little bit like that. You're gonna see, it's gonna look nice. It's gonna look nice. And if it doesn't look nice, we crying. Alright. That's good. Save again. Alright. We don't need the shoulder pads. And alright, so here I'm gonna mask this part over here. And we're gonna go to dynamics and we're gonna remove collision volume and put back collision volume. It will calculate whatever it collides with, and we're gonna run simulation. Boop. Yeah, see this? Now it's going a bit slower than I thought, so let's go over here and put the strength to like 0.1, and it should be enough. Pretty hefty, pretty good, pretty good. Now from here, if we bring back the shoulder pad and the metal part, and we give this little guy some thickness. Can you see the vision? Just need to tweak it so we can show a bit more of the metal. Let's scale them just a bit shorter. I kind of want contact on everything, but yet again we can adjust this when he's gonna be in pose. Sorry. This part over here, we're just gonna make it touch a bit better, this part. Here we go. Doesn't matter if it's stretched a bit. It's not perfect. Alright. Mirror and weld. Mirror and weld. Huh? I mean, it looks like a tank to me, right? Looks like a massive tank who's ready to fucking charge at you. Boom! We save it. All right. Let's do a little quick turntable. Pretty cool. I like it. Kind of look. It kind of makes you think that he's a cleric, but he's just there with his warhammer, swinging a massive tank. All right, so that's that. Now we need to do the chest plate. Chest plate is pretty much the same deal. Sorry. Feel it's the coffee grumbling around. So the chest plate is going to be pretty much the same deal. And to do some contrast, we're going to have the braces a bit like this. So more of a simpler way. But I think to finish the set, you know, I think it's better to have the metal plate on the braces also. So we have the two. Yeah, I really like it. What do you guys think? Here we go. That's that. We're gonna put this over here. I'm curious to see the back. That's a back. So yeah, okay, it's just the whole thing all over again. Oh, I remember we wanted these big straps also. Ah, you know what? Something like this could be cool. All right. Let's move on to the chest plate. So first thing, I'm just gonna squeeze the shirt inward a bit. Doesn't matter if we see the chest, because in the end, all of that is gonna be dynameshed. All right. Yeah, let's start. All right, so this one, I'm gonna use the shirt. It's gonna be easy. Well, I say that, and every time it's complicated. So let's grab this, slice it up, delete, and that's pretty much it actually. Need a bit more. Yep, that's better. Delete, mirror and weld. Oh, that's that. We're just gonna cut this part over here so we don't have any issues afterwards. Yep, that's good. That's good. So having symmetry on, let's do half, 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 half again. And we're gonna have some issues right around here because it's curving. So let's see how we can fix this. If we smooth and smooth again. Let's see what we have. Oops. All right, let's try it. So zero mesh, insert nano mesh. go to nanomesh. This go here, boom, boom. This one is a bit, oh, I think that's the right size. Lightman normal, no, they're a bit too big. The offset closer to the chest. I feel that they're we're close. See offset a little bit more. I think we just need more resolution actually. So let's remove that. Let's go double. Let's do it again. Aha! But I want the opposite side. Oh, they're inversed. Why? Let's just stick to what we had. So over here, B, put that, boom, boom. Just a bit too big. Align with normal. Ah, we're getting close, we're getting close. I can feel it. And this one, let's try 10 also. Let's try 15. 8. I feel like we can just put a little bit of variation over here. We're getting real close. No. No. Nope. Oh, that could help us. Here we go. Not too much. Go to over here and scale them over here. I think we can kind of start with this and adjust along the way. So we're gonna commit to it. Let's do a copy. One is going to be committed and the other one, it's going to be a backup. Let's remove this part over here. Go ahead and do what we did. So isolate the knots, mask them, inflate 2, right? Inflate 2, and this one inflate 1. And from here we can move them. No, it's not perfect, but it's a good start. And what we can do actually is going a bit one by one. But here's the thing, so we kind of need them to work together, because otherwise, you see, if I move this knot over here, it's a problem. So what I can do is what if I go auto groups? It's gonna take a while though. Yeah, no, it's a problem. Like it would be to auto groups all the instants, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure we can do that. No, no. What if I do this? This, and I auto group this. No, it won't work. Oh well, we're just gonna have to manually move them. Just try to make it work a little bit. And here, like this one over here, it's going inside a couple of them. So let's move this. Let's move that. This one over here. Just to make it work. There we go. See, that's the problem I want. I just want to isolate one plate. But I can't. There we go. That's the one. All right. Looking pretty good. I have a few issues over here that I can fix, but I'm not gonna bother you guys with this because kind of gonna take a long time. But it's looking pretty cool. So the shirt, we can bring it back closer. And the collision between the shirt and the armor is actually what's going to help us when it comes to 3D print. Because that way everything is watertight and it helps. Oh yeah! Let's save that. Whew. Looking pretty good. What do you guys think? Let's do another turntable. Looks good, looks good. Alright, so from here we can probably start the braces. I don't want these things. Or we can add a little bit of fur, like we said in the beginning. So a little bit of fur, like this in the back, or just similar to an animal itself. So the say like this one over here has like this big crown of fur. Yep. So let's start with that. Let's do that. So we're gonna append a little sphere. Gonna place it just around the head. And we're gonna use a snake hook. Go downwards over here, downwards, downwards, downwards. All right, this part let's try with our little glove and our pen. I'm just gonna shape a rough fur blockout. Here we go. From here I'm gonna use clay buildup and shape a little bit the form of the fur. It actually solves a little bit the problem of the junction on top. So I think we're gonna keep that fur. Just gonna taper it a little bit. Taper that. Just gonna use them standard to create some little valleys. I think it's a nice time to dynamesh. Dynamesh like that. Here we go. That's good. From here, we can use our clay buildup and just refine these shapes. I'm actually going to use the move tool to just create this point. One over here. Let's make another one just right here. And these pointy bits gonna be the end of the fur. Like that. And from there, I'm gonna zero mesh right away. And that way we can subdivide and have more resolution. Here using Dem Standard, I'm just gonna isolate this. Isolate that. This one over here we can kind of make some flaky stuff like that. Just isolate so we can see better without the horns. Yeah. This one over here. This one over here. This one. Already looking pretty cool to me. Let's remove the symmetry so we can do some shaping in the middle. Always remove symmetry, otherwise it's looking too CG. CG. You can do like symmetry from the side to side, but when it comes to the middle, you really have to remove symmetry, otherwise it's too weird. So snake hook. Just gonna use that. So this one over here, this one over here, and let's go over here. Now that we have our base, we can start to implement new forms on top of it. And then once you have that and you smooth, you can do your Dem Standard and go back to isolate. That way your fur is looking clean. Ready for texture. isolate over here so we can put the texture underneath. There we go. There we go. And these ones we can do some pointy stuff also. So snake hook. Grabbing the move tool, let's just put it on top of the armor. That and like that. That way there's no some funny looking points like this showing. Now I know realistically it could be showing, but it's just not pleasing to the eye, so prefer hiding them. Oh, look at that! A nice tank Mongolian ram. What do you guys think? Yeah, looks pretty cool. Yeah, let's do another turntable. Yeah, pretty happy on this one. It really looks like a tank. Like a bruiser tank that can take all the damage while Paw and Tooth are doing lethal damage on the other side. So yeah, very nice. I think a nice pose with this one would be a little bit hunch over with his Warhammer, like tackling a bit like a footballer with the first shoulder like that, and maybe his head could be cool. Yeah, that could be a nice pose for him. Yeah, so I think for today that's gonna be enough. We did quite a bit. We made the whole armor, some nice fur. We need some braces done, but that could be on the next episode or maybe off camera. But he's looking super badass. And let's bring out our two other friends. Yeah, that's just insane. Yeah, I like this project so much. It's gonna look insane when all the pieces are connected together. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much it for today, folks, and I hope you had a fantastic time. I know I did. We had a great blast doing this project. Well, doing this project, we're still doing it. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here, Soma. Back to back, week after week, always there. I hope you like it, and you know what? One last time for you, Soma. We're saving. And on today's note, have a good weekend. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to all the channels over here. I still have to add the Facebook one. And be on the lookout for the Kickstarter. We're doing some great work for the Kickstarter, and you're gonna have the access to the pre-launch very, very soon. And I'm actually working on the chessboard. If you saw on the Instagram, you saw a little sneak peek of the chessboard bundle. So it's gonna be nice, and we're going into production to make all the brackets available for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, so I will see you next week. Peace out.